Next on Worcester News Tonight, local carpenters rally in downtown Worcester tonight. They say they're being ripped off. Plus, hockey sticks are placed outside doors nationwide, paying tribute to the young hockey players killed in Canada. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Anna Botari. Dozens of local carpenters rally in downtown Worcester Tuesday. Megaphones and signs filled the sidewalks in front of Worcester's newest apartment complex. They claim several workers have filed complaints regarding wage theft and unpaid overtime. Our Cam Jandro joins us now live with the details. Cam?
Anna, local carpenters have been marching in downtown Worcester since April of last year. Today they were joined by a few Worcester City councilors because they think a few of their workers are being cheated.
Worcester is a union town.
Local carpenters rally in front of the city's brand new Front Street apartments. They allege about a dozen workers are suffering from wage theft and unpaid overtime.
When you trick me into working for you and then not pay me, that hurts even more. You know, I'm counting on you, I'm working hard.
Edward Vasquez was fired for speaking to the Worcester Carpenters Union while working on the project. At the time, 145 Front was headed by New Jersey-based subcontractor P&B Partitions, rallying almost every week for a year. He says he has to stand up for local carpenters.
We're not going to stand for it, you know what I mean? We're going to stand up, and a lot of other people out there, they're being treated the same way. I got 6 kids, you know what I'm saying? And I rely on, you know, my income.
At-large City Councilor Christian King spoke at Tuesday's rally, saying wage theft impacts more than just the workers involved.
The number of wage theft occurrences right here in the city has increased over the last few months. We also know it has a direct impact on municipalities and on the Commonwealth because we're losing money.
The National Labor Relations Board settled with P&B. Vasquez was paid $15,000 after a year-long legal battle. Those marching Tuesday hope his story allows other carpenters to step forward.
There's labor laws that need to be respected. That's why we fought for them hundreds of years ago.
They're hurting the working middle-class families, you know what I mean? People that got kids, people that got families, bills to pay, you know what I mean?
Now, this is the official agreement for that settlement. P&B did not admit to any wrongdoing in this case. We reached out to them for further comment, but they did not give us a response. Anna?
Thanks, Cam. Wachusett Regional School District teachers and school committee members are at a standstill as they work to approve a new contract for teachers. Teachers say they've been negotiating for months and are hoping something changes. Our Chandler Walsh has the story.
Wachusett Regional School District teachers want a new contract. The district's teachers union president Heidi Leahy says they began negotiating with the school committee since late 2016.
The contract in general protects teachers and helps teachers do their job most effectively. That's what we really want to do.
Leahy says the group hoped it would be resolved at a meeting in March, but the contract didn't receive enough of a majority. School committee chair Kenneth Mills says members voting no were concerned the new contract made policy without first having a debate in open session, saying in a statement, "Due to open meeting laws, we can only deliberate these issues in formal meetings, so some members of the full committee had not seen the language ahead of time." Leahy says the subjects in question were in the proposed contracts since October.
They were involved the whole time. Each time we went to the table, we'd have a follow-up meeting, we'd share what we had discussed, we would get feedback from them so that the contract really reflected what their concerns were.
Anthony Renzoni is a Holden selectman. He says teachers should have new contracts and the school committee is elected to make it happen. He says funding issues in the school budget and lack of state funding for transportation make it difficult.
I think the school committee, in my opinion, their hands are tied. They have very limited funds. It's all about the funding. They can't offer something that they know they can't get.
Chandler Walsh, Worcester News Tonight.
Hashtag Put Your Sticks Out in Humboldt Strong are some of the hashtags trending on social media across the country and in Canada. To honor the members of the Humboldt Broncos junior hockey team who were killed in a tragic accident in Canada last week, people including here in central Massachusetts are posting photos of hockey sticks outside of their front doors. People say they're coming together to show their support for the victims, their families, as well as the hockey community as a whole.
Definitely hits home You can't even put it into words what those families and players that the injured are going through. But it just means a lot just to explain to him and have him participate and just let it be known that we're thinking of those people.
Across social media, photos of sticks have been shared more than 200,000 times. Now to Fitchburg, where the Worcester County District Attorney's Office responded to a 911 call earlier this afternoon. Police found an unresponsive 6-year-old girl and injured 9-year-old boy. Eli Rosenberg has the latest.
The 911 call came in just before noon, sending police officers racing to this house on Stony Brook Lane.
I was actually outside talking to one of my neighbors, and within 3 minutes there was the ambulances. We counted 12 police cars.
Investigators going inside the home. Police say there they found an unresponsive 6-year-old girl, her 9-year-old brother also injured.
We are investigating a suspicious death at this point.
Into the afternoon, more and more investigators showed up at the scene. Neighbors saying they had no idea what was going on. The district attorney releasing few details and taking no questions during an evening news conference.
We are very early in this investigation. The case is very active. A lot of moving parts are going on right now.
Back in the neighborhood, where every driver's ID was checked, shocked to hear what happened on their street.
Occasionally I see kids playing outside down there. Seem like a normal family.
Oh, your heart sinks. You know, I'm a dad. I had 3 daughters. Now I have grandkids. You never want to see a small child get hurt.
That was Eli Rosenberg reporting. Ahead of the Boston Marathon, the Massachusetts Emergency Management Agency is focusing on security. As our Brittany Schaefer explains, the goal is to have quick and effective decision-making on race day.
Framingham had an individual with a gun. Any update on the individual with a gun? Framingham?
Dozens of local, state, and federal law agencies participate in a training exercise. They're fine-tuning their communication and how to best respond to potential incidents ahead of Marathon Monday.
All of us will be tested with real-world scenarios to ensure that we're able to communicate not just internally, but across 8 cities and towns and all of command centers, but with some 8,000 public safety personnel who will be on the course.
MEMA expects around 30,000 runners and hundreds of thousands of spectators for one of the world's most prestigious marathons. Director Kurt Schwartz says it's a great day, but the spotlight can pose risks.
2014, we revamped how we plan for the event. We focus a lot more today on prevention than we did 5 years ago.
Since 2013, we are not complacent. We play the what if all the time.
Schwartz says the majority of people participating in the exercise played a role in responding to the marathon bombing.
It will be a difficult day for some of us. I was at the finish line in 2013. It forever changed me. It forever changed a lot of the people here.
Schwartz says the amount of scenarios agencies have to prepare for has changed a lot in recent years.
A few years ago, we didn't focus a lot on cybersecurity and car ramming attacks. After some events around the country this year, we think about active shooters in different ways than we used to.
Now, Schwartz says since the Boston bombing in 2013, he has tripled the amount of security on race day. In Framingham, Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.